Hey everybody, welcome back to some RuneScape. So, I've been pretty busy. Look at this, you guys are going to like this. I got my smithing up to 53, if you can believe that. Yeah, level 53 now. And so that's actually Rune, even though we are still in the 37 for armor, which was the Mithril. And yeah, so I've been pretty busy. Basically, what I did for a while was I made a lot of Mithril Bars, which are a really good price. Basically, you pay, let's just say you pay maybe 600, maybe a bit more, 650 in materials, and then you can sell it for almost double. So you can do about 2,000 an hour, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. So let's just even say 500 you make from it. You can make about 1 million gold pieces per hour, which that's a lot. I think a lot of people would probably say that's not a lot either, but I thought it was pretty good. So I did that for a while, and I earned actually quite a bit of credits. I think I was in like almost 4 million after a while, and I kept, buying coal and mithril ore, and then I was just smelting it and selling it and back and forth, and it was decent because it was like 5, I think, experience points per, yes, it's 5 EXP, so it was overall good. And then I decided to upgrade over here, and one of the reasons I decided to do the arrows is because I learned something very interesting. So normally, if you go here, so you take your component here, and you go to mithril arrows, you hit begin, and we have all the, the skills required to make it, perfect. So we could just click here, and then that's it. You craft it. But the problem is, what happens if I want to craft another one? I just want to do a bunch of them, and then I don't have to pay attention as much. Well, you have this, it just heats it up. But I didn't realize this till somebody mentioned it in the chat last night. Basically, you can just right-click and open the furnace here. And then you can do this over again. So mithril arrowheads, and then you can hit space, and then you can just do this again in space. So basically, you can load up your entire inventory over and over, and basically do this without any issue. So, and you get about 6-7 EXP per hit on this too. So this is much more EXP than you would get for the mithril bars, obviously. And in the end, besides queuing it up, which I couldn't find a better way. As far as I know, you can only right click and open. I don't think you can even forcefully set it to left click, or queue up. Say I just want 28 of them in my inventory, or I guess 27 because we have the arrows in our inventory. But anyways, it worked really well. Personally, I thought it was really good. And I know before, when I played a long time ago, I would have done those one by one, and it was painful, and then I'd be like, yeah, I'm making a buck here. But this was a lot more enjoyable, because then I could do other things, work stuff or whatever on my computer, and then just once in a while, all you have to do is move. People told me that you just use their arrow keys, whatever. I think even touching the interface, just doing this alone, cancels the AFKing. So obviously, if you're not macroing, you can do whatever you want, however you want, however lazy you want. That's part of RuneScape. That's always been, I guess, the heart of RuneScape in a sense, which is quite awesome. So we want to make some armor anyway. So let's go ahead and make some full plate helm, I guess, and you can make the upgraded versions here too. Now keep in mind, the upgraded ones might not even sell for more. For some reason, they show the same price for all of them. I don't know if it's really the case, or they just don't have... Yeah, no one might be actually selling it. This one... Yeah, so it looks like if you're upgrading them, you won't get any more. But you'll get more defense out of it, obviously. So let's begin this one here. And then we'll go ahead. So we got the helmet, and then we're going to go ahead. I wish the text wouldn't be there for a second. And then let's go for the pants now. And then let's go ahead and do the plate body. There you go. And then we're going to do the boots. And then we're going to go ahead and do the gauntlets here. And then I guess our attack is also... our attack is also 30, which it's a little low, but that's fine. So we might as well make ourselves some weapons. So I've been doing daggers. I mean, daggers are great. I don't think there's an issue. I might go for swords. They look like they might even do the same. Is there a speed to it? Fastest? Yeah, I think it's the same thing. It just might look different, which I want to do the swords anyways. Plus, apparently swords sell for better, and they're the same amount of mithril. Yeah, might as well just do it. Why not, right? And then what you're going to do is do the offhand sword. So you just go offhand, and they just basically flip the graphic to the other corner there. And there you go. And then we just sit here and do this. Now, this will actually take a while because... just for the fact that each of these take a bit longer. And in fact, the progress on these probably take longer. Yeah, 800, 1200, 2000, 400, 400, 800, and 800. So I will do a cut here, and then we'll come back once that part's done. So I noticed something here, unfortunately. It loses a lot of heat, and this makes sense because this stuff is a little bit more effort. You know, this one was the, yeah, that was the leggings. Yeah, so this one will definitely take more. So I have to heat them up again over time, or it's going to take a very, very, very long time, and then I guess it will stop even. So keep that in mind that when you're doing this and you're doing a bunch of stuff, if you want to do like a million of one thing, you might have a lot more hands-on if it's something that can't complete itself with 100% heat and, you know, maybe get to around halfway mark. If you can't do that, then that's probably not a good item to do. You can see this one is not going to even get to the halfway mark. You know, when it's on the halfway mark, which then that means it gets bad. And I think once it's at the halfway mark, it starts getting slower. I'm not actually sure how that goes. Yeah, you can hear the noise making a difference, but we're getting less EXP. So then you got to reheat it again, and then you're going to have to do that one more time anyway. So yeah, you definitely, if you're going to do mass amounts of something, even if something's worth a lot, you're probably better off doing the ones that are like 1 bar, just for the fact that it won't be too much for the heating. Look at that, we finished some. So what we can do now, I guess, is look into the upgraded version of these. So I guess basically you just put it again and again, right? Yeah. So this'll, unfortunately, you're not going to make much off of this. This is going to be, hey, you're going to lose a bunch of credits on this, but that's not a big deal. But we'll do it for each of them anyways. And they'll probably take a little longer too to do now. So you can only do one at a time, obviously. So you just click these, and there you go. It's already selected. That's cool. There we go. We'll begin on that one, and then we'll begin on these guys. These, I kind of really like how it does that automatically. I'm confused why it's showing an upgrade for this though. Oh, do I have a hatchet? Oh, I might have a hatchet. I guess I do. Oh no, it's just showing all of them at that point. Never mind. Yeah, I was kind of confused why that was showing up, to be fair. So, okay, so we got that, and we'll set that to 1, and then we'll set this guy to 1. There you go. And then we'll do this all over again, but this time number 2. So we'll be back. You're gonna get a little bit more EXP, which is really cool for each of these, but this will take a lot longer, and this will take quite a bit more heating, obviously. So we'll be back here in a few again. We did it! We did it! Okay, so now we have +1 on all of them. So now what we're gonna do is +2. So we're gonna do that on all these guys now. Wasn't too bad. I had to, you know, reheat, but it was okay. Even when I'm tabbed, I can just like listen for it and then just flip over, you know. I noticed there I guess there's on a purpose latency kind of thing. Like, I know this game's really tick-based or something. I should say tick-based because that's like other games, but sure, why not? It's like you can only do a certain amount of actions per whatever, and it's like server time basically. So like it's almost like everyone does like the same. Well, look at these guys. Like, actually, he's out of sync. So, but I mean, well, actually, because don't forget, there could be like 3 or 4 ticks into that time. So yeah, no, I'm right about that. So let's just say there's only 1 action a second or something. And so what's happening is basically when you're doing an open and you're waiting and it's delayed, I don't think that's a latency thing. I don't think that's like a ping or anything. I think that's literally just the fact that we have higher latency, not higher latency. It's just we're waiting on the server to queue up the next action. Basically, I think that's what it does. To be fair, you guys would know more than I do, obviously, on that. But that's my observation why things take a little bit of a wait to it. So basically, now we're gonna do this one. Look at the EXP. So I know some people will sell, like, say, just the chest pieces, and the chest pieces give like a pretty good amount of credits on the auction house, and I think that's or the grand exchange, sorry, and I think a lot of that has to do with just for the fact that you actually get a lot more experience points through that. So it makes sense if people have a lot of gold and it's not a big deal to them, right? They could go ahead and just mass do that for a while. So anyways, we'll just leave that going and we'll be back here again. Well, look at that. We got our stuff done. So we are now kind of badass because we got like a full set here to make us somewhat badass. So let's go ahead and just click all this. We'll upgrade all of our armor now. Not too shabby. There we are. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we're definitely upgraded now. Let's go ahead and deposit our old junk out of here. Might as well visit the GE and do something about our stuff here. Actually, let's go and see if anyone's coming for great people. I'd just like to see, you know, what our damage is like now. Oh, somebody's already here. So what we can do here is just hop to a different world here. And let's go to, we can go to this Canadian one. Hopefully there's no Canadians taking up our spot. Can never trust those Canadians though. Oh, looks good here. Okay. Oh yeah, now we do pretty good damage here. Now I haven't set up my bar for a while, so we have to right click that, so auto set up action bar, blah blah blah, yes. There you go. And then, so the reason you can kill these guys is you'll get a bit of EXP, which now we're not getting too bad. And exactly that, there you go. Look at the value of that. So those grapes we were telling you about. I think that was the last episode I told you guys about that. But basically, they drop these wonderful grapes, and I guess then you process that into wine. But I don't know what the requirement for that is. I'm guessing it might be a member skill, to be fair. So you just do this, and then you're off to the races in a sense. So now that we kill them fast, hopefully there's enough guys around. I know there's more guys around here. You just have to run around a bit, I guess. There you go. Well, there was a guard there I could have gotten, but yeah. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know if this is literally the best spot or not, or if there's other locations, to be fair. But yeah, it's now that we're kicking so much butt with the weapons and the upgrades here, you can definitely do that. There's even more right there, so that's not too bad. It's not a bad amount of credits you can make, obviously. Now, keep in mind, I can make almost $1 million an hour, you know, with the other way. But then again, making credits doing other kinds of skilling, that does kind of make sense too, because you're going to want to be doing a bunch of different skilling over time. And so having the opportunity of, you know, oh, now I can, you know, make some credits by killing. Now I can, you know, get some credits doing this and that. You know, that would make a pretty big deal, I would think. But yeah, let's get our little guy over here. There's more guards around too, so if you're overkilling them, I guess you can run around. I'm just waiting on the loot. I don't have to. You can just come back on the next circle, to be fair. I'm not sure how long it sits there before somebody else could take it, to be fair, but there you go. Oh. Probably should have finished the other guy. Now you do auto attack when they hit you, but if they can't do an actual hit to you, if they miss, I think then it doesn't work. So then it can become a little useless later on, even though you're hoping like, oh, you know, you can, you know, you're aggroing them. Now I think there is a potion that can make non-hostile creatures hostile in a sense, but I think every time I've looked at that in the past, it was never really worth it. But look at that, we're getting okay EXP doing these too, to be honest. There you go. I guess you can chase them all the way down here, right? So where does this put us anyways? I think you can just look at your hero here, right? Summary. So total level. So we have 464 levels in total now. That's actually kind of crazy. Combat level 39, not too bad. So 414k experience points, which is amateur at best, to be fair. But to me, that's, you know, we've been doing good. We've completed one quest out of 306, so I like that one. Let's jump to this guy here. Ring, 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 ring. Oh yeah, what's our... Are we at... No, we're 51 for that. Okay. Go. Anyways, yeah, I would say this is probably not as good as I was hoping. You know, I know a lot of people say, you know, this is a great way to make money, but I'm thinking the way it's going right now, this drop rate, it doesn't seem like it's worth it. I feel like I could have made so many bars at this point. I would have like quadrupled, if not way more, my money already, even with these ones that just dropped. So, but anyways, it is and it is a method of farming, anyways. And like I said, you're skilling up in other ways. So, you know, that's pretty cool. So let's go back to the main GE here. I had some mithril ordered. I couldn't get it all, unfortunately. What was ending up happening was, I guess, everyone bought a lot of it. So I put in a buy order, and I just kept it. You know, I went and bought, you know, one, and then just put a high price on it. And then just see where it was at or whatever. Or sorry, no, I think I sold it and see where the lowest one was. Something like that. Anyways, and then I went ahead and just, you know, set it a few credits higher just so I could get some. So I'm not sure if that order got if that order actually went through. So because then I can show you how awesome this is. I think I even said just do 2,000, which basically, yeah, it's an hour worth of work later on, but I mean that's another million for me. So, and then if I want, I could also make more of the arrows, though I probably, or more of the heads, though I probably should get away from doing those, to be fair. I wonder if I have any of you guys in here already. Oh, I do. Here you go. I don't know if they'll automatically stack when I put these in here. Oh, you know, I didn't even get them. Somebody else might have increased it, so I just, there you go. Get rid of those. Okay, so 72k. And then we can sell these guys here. So making all these mithril arrowheads will pay a pretty good penny too. You can get all of them sold, but hopefully the rest will sell later. Cool. And then, yeah, so we can actually do Rune now, actually. So keep in mind, I don't actually know what the value is, so I guess what you do is you do Rune ore. Oh, it's like Rune Knight, I think, isn't it? Maybe I could just type in ore and see all of them. Rune-ite ore. Okay. So let's set this to 1, because I can't afford that many to begin with. And it costs about $1,297. Okay, and then what we want to do is bar, basically. So we're going to look at a Rune bar. So it sells for $27.14. So you'd actually be just... You wouldn't lose money, but you wouldn't be making a lot, if I'm correct. So 27.14. Yeah. And this is, yeah. So yeah, you wouldn't lose it, but at the same time, it's not really worth it, I would say. But I might do it anyways, because there's other things in the Rune ore that you might want to do later. That's probably worth it. So let's go ahead and do Rune-ite ore. Now, I think do you have to, no, I think it's just Rune-ite ore, isn't it? I actually don't know what you require to make the Rune bars, to be honest. Let's look it up. Rune RS3 Rune bar. So there it is. Where's the recipe here? Rune. Oh, it does require. Oh, actually, it is a bit cheaper than I thought, so it's not too bad. The profit says about 400. You need the Luminite. So if we type in Luminite, there you go. And we did what, 500? So we'll do 500 of that. Oh, I hate that. You can edit this, by the way. I don't know if that means it got sold or what happened there. No. Boy, this sucks. You could keep increasing it, but obviously you're going to just lose the value of it. But at this point, I'm not really doing it too much for that. So I don't care too much, I don't think, here. So there you go. Anything changed there? No. How do I go? I'm so confused. I couldn't go back to... How would I do that? Oh, but arrow back there. Okay. Oh, there we go. We got more of you guys. I guess if I'm going to deal with this, I'm going to need the coal, aren't I? Yeah, let's get the coal. So we'll get coal. Now, us freebies, you have some limitations, obviously, as you see, but it's not too bad. Oh, I guess because we were looking at the other one there. There you go. And we'll head back here and all. So, runic ore, I guess there's other places where you can, you know, obviously you can mine it yourself. I mean, it's decent amount, so if you're just working on it, I think it's worthwhile. That being said, I must have hit V and not F, huh? That being said, I don't know if I would actually want to do it yet. Let me look for the runic ore here. So where is it? Oh yeah, Crandor Mine, apparently. A volcano, the mining guild, wilderness. Yeah, I don't think I'll go there. Requirements is Dragon Slayer for the one. Yeah, actually, I would say the mining guild's the way to go. So just farm this stuff. I'll show you here. Yeah, I would actually highly suggest... there you go. Yeah, after looking at that, I'd probably suggest just going ahead. Oh, you could go to the volcano, but it's a bit of a distance, I think. It's on an island. You have to take a boat. Or do you have to take a boat? Maybe I'm wrong. But still, I don't think it's worth it as much as these guys. These guys are pretty cool. So I would go down here. We've been down here a couple times already. This is my kind of my favorite mining spot anyways. And what we do is we go in here. And then, oh, I guess I could kick this guy's ass finally. Before, I would pretty much almost die if I were to fight these guys head on head. And plus I missed and it was just really annoying. But anyways, this is where you want to go for your rune ore. You can find it in there, I'm pretty sure. There's other types of ore in there too. Yeah, there it is. Look at all the players there. It's actually kind of frightening. But anyways, that is pretty frightening looking. But anyways, this is where you would go. You need 60 to mine. But till you get to 60, I would suggest just mining this right here. I guess my mithril ore bot. But yeah, I would say this would be the good spot to mine and get your mining up. It's pretty good EXP anyways. And because we have the rune pick anyways at this point. Which, yeah, because it's at 50. Yeah. So we got the rune pick. And then you'll get through that in no time, to be fair. And then you can gather a bunch of that, because if you're doing the rune, that one's almost the same price roughly anyways. And then you can get into that room, and then basically from there you can go ahead and work on that. So that's kind of cool, actually. I like that. Okay. So now what we can do here is we can just deposit this. And there you have it. Deposit. There you go. And yeah, so the Mithril Bars, like I said, these guys are easy peasy. So basically, it's 5 EXP. It's not a horrible amount of EXP. It was great in the early time. Now it wouldn't be that worth it, but it's still pretty good credits. Oh, and I forgot, you do have the chance of getting an extra one out of this. So not only you're making, you know, $1 million probably per hour roughly on buying and then, you know, obviously dealing with this, but you also are getting extra because of the extra bars you make, which I don't know if it's like a 10% chance or something. So maybe you make them 1.1 mil or something. That's all rough estimates, and you know, tomorrow or a week from now that could change drastically, but I think roughly right now it's not a bad idea. And then making the arrow tips for the mithril bars I think is pretty good too. So just some tips anyways. There you go. And then we can get rid of that. So can we actually, I didn't think about this, but we can make these now? Yeah, we can. So, yeah, so there's the value, obviously. So this will go up to, what, like 10? Oh, that's not too bad. It's not a lot, but, I mean, it's worth the grind, at least a bit, for the... Because you need some anyways, but then again, maybe just buying them straight out isn't a bad idea either. To be fair, I haven't really been buying bars because I thought, well, I might as well level up whatever and just do it by the base, then make it, and then do, say, like, the you know, the heads for it. So we'll see here in a second what it's good for. Cost-wise, Rune. I wonder if we can find the Rune arrowhead. I'm just curious to see what these ones are like. Now, I don't have like the full heating and all that yet, I don't think. So one of the issues is that we don't get benefits yet. Plus, I don't think we have the free bar. That's like near probably the end of this this level. Pause that and I'll do it one more time. So I'm gonna look this up here. So Rune arrowheads. Oh no, I don't want that one. I just want that. Oh, okay. So 75 of them is worth 8,625, but they only require 1 Rune bar. So it's saying there's literally a profit of 5,911. Well, that is not too horrible, if you ask me. They even have a profit list if you just look at directly on the thing. Somebody's making claws. I can't believe Rune Claws 3 would be worth making, but apparently it's worth 53,000 profit. I'm actually surprised that the number 3s would do that. And there's quite a few things here I didn't even know about. I'm curious if there's something like... there you go. I'll do this one more time. I'm just going through the list here. I guess we can... how do I do this? Let me cut this and I'll show you. Okay, so if you look here, we got the Rune bar here, and this is a page on it. So you can sort this by profit in a sense. So you can see that all the +3s here, +2, 3, 3, 3. I'm surprised they go for that much, and they're saying you can make pretty decent profit on that. I have some weird feelings about that, like, you know, maybe they do sell for that, but I don't feel like they move as much. I really don't know, though. But I'm curious about more of the things that would move. So... the ones that, you know, like the arrowheads and all that, I would assume. Anything that doesn't have a +1 might, or +2 might move a bit too. Just because people will pay to buy those just to upgrade them. But actually, I'm surprised. I'm not really seeing that here. Weird. Here you go. Rune dart tips. So they're worth, yeah, so times 50. So they're worth 10,000. So the profit per hour on the... yeah, well, because they probably about the same time, I'm guessing, so... Let's do the Rune, yeah, so what's the speed on this? 60 ticks, it says. Okay, so that's not too bad. And what about the one we said was about 7k? Oh, I guess it changed it on us. So it was about 7 something, yeah, that confuses me. Why do you have a weird thing like that? Oomph. Is that, oh yeah, no, here, this is the ones we want. Oh, the arrowheads, yeah, sorry. It's about the same too, yeah, it says the same. So you might actually be better off then to do the other ones there. Interesting. That's what I would do. They tend to be, and it's just one material, so they tend to be a little easier, I think. So yeah, dirt. And you can see the graphs down here, so you can see, you know, things moving and all that. So, yeah, that's kind of cool that you can see the prices have been crashing. At one point, they were worth a lot more. So, this could have been related to the trade skill event, though. So that could have some impacts, to be fair. But, yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we'll just deposit those. Let's see what those are like anyways. We can do some of each just to give an idea, right? So, now we're at the Rune stuff here, which is pretty cool. So you got these guys and this, yeah. So they tell you roughly the price. They're saying these are going for 8,600 right now, 97. So you get, you know, like I said, those are a bit of an increase. So let's start with these guys. And you can always, you know, do, you know, 2 of each kind of thing, and then, you know, do the other 2. Oh, these actually heat up, don't they? Oh yeah, because we don't have the. So that's the downside right now is we don't have. There you go. You're going to have to take your time on these because we don't actually have... so, which one is this one? Rune Arrowhead? Yeah, we did both of those. Okay. And then the... We're not doing the bolt one, were we? Was it the bolts? No, that bothers me because of the name. Oh, Dart Tip. There we go. Oh, 12k. There we go. That's... Yeah, that's the one. Wait, you require... Oh, you Tourist Trap. That's an actual quest. Let me look that up. Apparently I didn't unpause or pause. I don't know. I must have screwed up on my pausing. Anyways, I went ahead and vendored this stuff. Sorry, I don't know when I unpaused and paused incorrectly. So anyways, I put the... I could do sell history. Here you go. I sold the rune arrowheads, and they sold right away. So I made like 16K on that. I tried to sell these, and I've even lowered the price. I could lower them a bit more, but obviously no one's putting a buy order in for them right now. So right away, these, yeah, they're not selling at all. I wouldn't suggest selling those. So yeah, the rune arrowheads are the way to go. And it does seem, unfortunately, after all our, playing around there, it does seem that ingots are the way to go in many ways to make credits. Though doing the arrowheads and all that seems worth it just for the fact that you get a lot more experience. But possibly, maybe I'll even work on, say, the claws a bit and stuff like that, just because they were offering a lot of profit. Whether or not they sell or not, that's another story, but might be worth me trying anyways and seeing what I can get out of there. And I mean, if you're crazy enough, and this is if you're really crazy, you could always make, 3 other alts, for example, put 4 of them on one single screen and do something, like mining. Or have them, smithing or something, do a task that's kind of slower, have half do this, half another, whatever. But you could do some fun stuff like that if you really, really wanted to, and increase your credits that you bring in. Obviously, that takes a little bit more effort, obviously, but yeah, there's the Staff of Air there. So this is what I was telling you before, the Staff of Air. For example, then I don't believe you need air runes to use that, which is kind of cool. So probably next time when we come back, we'll stop doing smithing and mining and stuff like that. And I'm probably going to look into doing some more quests or maybe a totally different one. Well, look at these guys. I think that's the quest, the grower quest. Gowers? I've heard about it, so I think that's what that's related to. But yeah, anyways, we'll do something different than friggin' smithing and mining next time. I enjoy them a lot. That's why I've been focusing them a lot. And it's kind of fun being able to build your own gear and armor too. So that has it does have an enjoyable, impact because of that. To be fair, so even doing quests like this, getting your raw meat here and then just cooking it and stuff. Only if you could dump it easier. I don't know if you can dump and tell it's something to dump in a stack or not, but sometimes it's good to find a close location too. Say, oh, this place is close to a bank or whatever, and then you base on your farming for that as well, just because then you can run back and farth. Did I say farth? There's a unicorn over here. To be fair, I think unicorns exist all over the world. Yeah, there's one over there. I don't think they're as magical as you'd think in most games. If you saw this in another game, you might be like, oh, that's a one-time thing, and then you just run around and try to kill the unicorns. Let's go kill this. I want your silver blood. Is this the guy who's making the music right now? There you have it. Okay, my friends, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, all that fun stuff. And we'll see wonderful people next time. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.